It's the first day in the month of December and 24 more days to the Christmas celebrations when Christians all over the world commemorate the birth of Jesus Christ, celebrating it with pomp. The transportation sector experiences huge inflow of travelers from outside and within the country, Nigerians and tourists alike. Businesses flourish due to a lot of Christmas shopping. Crowds are seen in places of worship, markets, bus parks and entertainment establishments, and new faces are seen within our communities. Although Christian scholars say it's a season of love and preach sacrificial giving, love and peace during this period, there are those who see the season as an opportunity to perpetrate crime and harm. Thus, the security sector takes on a lot of heat and pressure. Coming down to our local community, although the police and other security agencies are assuring that they have mapped out strategies to ensure a crime-free Christmas, the ball still falls to us as individuals to ensure our own safety. Thus, the reason for our topic today on the big story here at Quest today, we're talking about how we can strengthen our internal security during this festive season. And helping us look at this matter and make sense of it and enlighten us as well is the Vice Chairman of the Ugeli Kingdom Security, the person of Chief Ese Omosewofa. Good morning and welcome. And also still with me here in the studio is Michael Gubadia, and together we're going to be seeing how we can strengthen our internal security and ensure our own safety, despite the fact that the police and other security agencies are doing their own or playing their own part. And with that being said, Chief Ese Omosewofa, welcome, and let's just dive straight into it. Now, we're officially in the festive season. Today is the first day of December. And it's stated that there's usually an increase in crime rates. You know, it's been argued that there's usually an increase in crime rates during these festivity periods. Now, my question now is, what kind of crimes are we looking at? What kind of crimes would actually be on the rise this period? What kind of crime should people be aware of that can actually happen to them, you know, at this festive period?
Thank you so much for this question you just asked. And also I want to appreciate the staff and management of Quest FM for this program at this moment. The truth about the matter is that Christmas celebration is a yearly festival. We celebrate to commemorate the birth of our Lord Jesus Christ. And people, because of the fact that they don't have that opportunity to have all it takes to take care of their family, to take care of their desires, to take care of what they want to do, they want to take the shorter way. By so doing, they indulge in activities of courtesan, they indulge in stealing, robbery, kidnapping, and all sort of things, just to get money to celebrate the festival. But it's not supposed to be so. It's not supposed to be so. So all their mind, all their focus is to get the money. When you get the money, you can take your friends out. When you get the money, you can drive good cars on that season, on that time. You can go to places, go to hotels, do anything that you want to do because you have the money. But if you don't have the money, you must find a way. They must find a way.
Okay, so the crimes you're looking at right now that would actually be on the rise this period, you talked about robbery, yes. That's both personal and business-wise. You talked about kidnapping. Yes, you did say kidnapping earlier on. And what else again did you say?
Stealing also.
Stealing, robbery,
yes,
pickpocketing,
yes.
Carjacking, yes. All of that. And is fraud a part of this?
Fraud is also part of it too. All are towards celebrating the festival.
The festival. Okay.
Okay, now let's quickly look at it because I'm really interested in asking. Over the years, I know your vigilante have done so much to deal with the issue of such criminalities. But let's look at it. Now let's look at Ugeli because we're really based here. How much of a problem is most of these crime to your organization? And how really serious are they? Do we see a real increase around this period, especially December, going into the ending of the year?
Well, since the beginning of this year, we've had a lot of security challenges in Ughelli and its environs, and all boiled down to robbery and then kidnapping, basically kidnapping.
Okay.
And then in this aspect of it, the local vigilante, the community vigilante, they have done so well. Makere, I can assure you that for the past 3 months now, you can see that the crime rate in Ughelli has actually come down. It is the effort of the local vigilantes, community vigilantes, in conjunction with other security agents like police and the army.
Okay.
So it has actually, we have actually gained some good result from it.
Okay, now a quick one also, because I'm really also interested. We do know the Ughelli vigilante is a combination of many other vigilante service, because we really want to know the dynamics that makes Ughelli vigilante. And how much of cooperation do you have from different communities? Because different communities is what make up the Ughelli and the environment. So how really cooperative are these different communities in helping to bring out these criminals from their different localities? How really cooperative are they?
Okay. Michael Ray, security is only one language.
Yes.
Security, there's no other language to read.
Yes.
And because it has only one language, everybody ought to understand it. And what do we need to know about security is to prevent and arrest crime.
Yes.
This is the common goal that we share with every security agencies, either from any community in Ughelli.
Okay.
We share the same pain. We share the same goal. Our eyes are towards the same, achieving the same thing. So there's much cooperation from other communities that are around Ughelli because we are fighting crime. Because if you don't fight the crime will fight back at you. You can't sit back at home and say, because this thing is not happening to me, and because it's not happening to me, I will not give my support to them. You find that at the end of the day, one day, it will either happen to any of your sister or your brother, even your mother or your father. So there are a lot of cooperation among ourselves. Talk about the community security, talk about the central body community. There's a lot of cooperation.
Okay, you did make mention of the word pain, and that actually brought my attention to something that happened just a few days ago. Today's Friday. I'm talking about Wednesday here, when a senior police officer was murdered at his home by robbers dressed up as EFCC operatives here in Delta State. Now, my question is this. Now, how do people? Let's talk about, okay, there are people now, like I said in my intro, we're going to be having new faces in our communities as at this period because a lot of people are going to be traveling in and all of that. How do people easily identify and also communicate or reach out to the vigilante security? For instance, now, say I'm new to a community, I'm visiting or I'm a tourist, and we've had a situation where criminals now dress up as different kind of people and you can't really differentiate who is who. How do I, as an individual, identify a bona fide, certified vigilante officer in that jurisdiction? And also, let's say I'm in a situation where I'm in my house or in my community, something is happening. How am I able to reach out and say, oh, in the United States they say it's 911. You just call and then people just. But now here we're talking about local security. We're not talking about police now. How can I, as an individual, be able to communicate to say, okay, this thing is happening here. You guys should please turn up. How do I identify a bona fide vigilante security man? And how do I get access to them?
Thank you so much. We say local vigilante. Local vigilante in the sense that these are not people who are strange to the community. These are people who are known to the community. So one of the things they do is that they make their lines available. They must make their lines, all the operational chairmen, they make their lines available. So that if there is any emergency, they can call. Only yesterday alone I received about 2 calls. One from Lavenu and the other one from Ego. From Ego. So you have to make your lines available. And then once the operatives are out, they always come out with their petrol vehicles. And you always see the inscriptions on the body of the car, on the vehicle, patrol vehicle. Ugele Vigilante, or Hunters, or Vigilante Group of Nigeria. You must see the inscription on the body of the vehicle. That's one of the ways to identify the true people who are really on ground.
Okay, now how, because this is another major problem most are having, and they seem to always have that fear when it comes to dealing with any security or organization, and the vigilante is no different from it. But let's understand how much of a training do you train most of these your vigilantes in the way of handling civil or civilians, in dealing with them, in communicating with them? Because you will agree with me that if there is this cooperation, there's this less fear people have for them, they are easily to reach
accessible
out to them and give them information they need. So how much of a training do you people have to give to these persons on how to deal with the civil populace?
Like as I said,
in a civil way.
Okay. Like as I said before,
yeah.
It's a local vigilante.
Okay.
These are people who are known to the ground.
Okay.
These are people who are known to every area in the community. People know them. They know people. If you commit a crime, they try immediately as to who is responsible to that crime. Okay. I don't know if you understand me.
Yes, I do.
Who is responsible to that crime? Now, in security, information management is a key. Information management is a key. And once you break that trust of not managing the information you have at a particular time, you may lose trust from the public. So what we do is we try as much as possible not to reveal our source of information.
Okay.
Not to reveal our source of information. But we can carry out our operations. Once we get the information, we do our investigations, we hit the point.
Okay.
To hit the point.
So
and
you mean you people are quite accessible to people, and your operatives talk in a civil manner, deal with a civil manner to these people?
We try as much as possible to have that cordial relationship with the civil
populace. But if, for example, you have any erring officers, how do you handle it?
And we have our own way of disciplining them. There is a disciplinary action.
And people can easily report such.
Immediately, a vigilante, we don't waste time on that. Once a case is reported against you and it was investigated and it was found to be true, you go in for it. We don't waste time on that.
Okay, let's deviate a little bit. We're talking about what the local security have been doing for us. Now let's look at the other way around. He initially asked you how you, the vigilantes, are actually handling the current crime rate, right? The increased current crime rate right now in the community. But my question now is this. What are the areas the local security or internal security need? What are the areas the local security need the government to actually look into or address so as to make them more efficient in their jobs? You know, what are the areas that the local security need the address of the government, what the government should come and fix, so that it can enable them to do their jobs more smoothly, you know, run the security game more smoothly, more efficiently?
Now, the thing is, if you want to succeed as a security outfit, you must have a very strong way of movement, of responding to distress calls. You must have that on ground.
Okay.
And if there are no good vehicles, there's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do. When they call, they say our vehicle is down. They call, they say there's no fuel. So my own is that the state government, which His Excellency Oborewori, is putting up his best.
Okay.
He should try as much as possible to provide good vehicles for these people. Good vehicles. And a way of fueling them, because we know very well that fuel has gone so high, up to 660 naira or more.
So the only issue you're currently having is the transportation, is mobility. Okay. Aside from that, this now brings me to the question. You know, in the security budget allocated, is there a space for the local or internal security in it? Do they actually get any of this funding?
I don't know how they get
it.
Our own is just our own. We apply money. So we government don't allocate security vote to us. So they know how they manage their security.
Okay,
but
somehow I know you get funding.
Yeah, how do you get funding if that be the case?
Because that's another major challenge I know that most security agencies are facing. The issue of, and thank God you said so, that sometimes operational vehicles are not there. But we're just curious to know, how do you really fund your activities?
You know, when this social issue started, people volunteered themselves without even minding whether there is gain or there is no gain. Because at a time in Ugele, the far back, 2003, 2004, and 2005, that gave birth to the Ugele vigilante. There was so much pain in the land. So much pain in the land that at a point, a cripple who was a organizer was murdered. And His Royal Majesty the of Ugele felt so bad, he made this clarion call. And everybody was so tired of the situation in Ugele. So when he made the call, everybody volunteered without minding any gain. Let us solve this problem that's happening in Ugele, because they kill somebody there. It's not your brother. You might think you are free, but the next day might be your turn. So before it gets to my turn, let's come out and walk. And everybody came out. The work was so enormous that nobody was minding the gains. But it got to the point that these people who are going out, securing the community is good. They have families. Let us find a way, at least to small thing. They can even, at least to buy something for their families. And then there's a little levy that was shared amongst the people in Ugele to at least a yearly levy. That is Ugele.
So that's currently what is actually sustaining,
them.
And funding the
2,000 every year, 1,000 every year. You just pay that one. So they collect those ones. From there they buy the fuel. From there they maintain their vehicles. From there they pay the personnel. Now recently, when before the former governor of Delta State, Senator of Okwaya, before he left the office, he took some of our boys, not just all of them, but he took them ward by ward, at least from a ward, but about 10 or 15 or so, just took them from the ward, and he started paying them, free of them. So that's another way of relieving the stress.
But quickly now, because
alone, he did it around the state.
Okay, so quickly now, like I said, we're discussing internal security here in Delta State and how we can actually, especially now that we're in the festive season, how everybody can actually keep themselves safe. Now, my question now is this. What are the general tips you can actually give? What are the tips you can actually give to every man right now, every woman listening to the sound of our voice out there for their own personal safety? Say you're traveling, say you're going somewhere, say you're in your house. What are those general safety tips, that can actually help save a life out there right now, especially now in this festive season?
Thank you so much. There are so many, but I'm going to mention few.
You can mention few now, but I dare come back and talk.
I'm going to mention few. Now the thing is this, it's a yearly festival with yearly challenges. We need not to be caught unaware. So these are something that comes every year. So we are supposed to learn from the previous one. So we are supposed to learn. So this time, last year, I work out for night. 9, the clay attack me. This time around, we will work out for night again. So you need to, correct yourself for certain movement. So one of the tips is, one, don't keep late at night. It's very important.
Even on when they are going, what's that stuff they do when they go to church over watch night? Yes.
That is even the middle of the whole thing. So don't keep late at night. Don't allow your children to keep late at night in the name of, say, watch night. Don't keep late at night. It's very important. Try as much as possible to do your activities, finish your activities during the day. And when the night comes, be in your house.
All right. Chief SA, wait. I have to hold you there because we have to go on a break right now. I know the tips are a lot, but when we come back from this break, I'm sure you'll continue to give the tips. But yes, at this point, we're going on a short break. Do not touch that dial. We'll be right back.